Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Monday morning, and this is I Woke Up Like This. Just having a conversation the other day about the dreadful things we did with our eyebrows in high school. Anyway, here we are. So here today to discuss about how sick and tired I am of every time I open up Facebook and Instagram seeing posts about guilt regarding food, the latest diet, all those things that seem to come up even more frequently with the holidays. So American Thanksgiving just passed, and we are definitely right into the Christmas season now, and we're being bombarded with messages from fitness industries about, cut this, cut that, do this, do that. And especially since in the last little bit, I've started adopting a bit more of a gentle approach to both fitness and nutrition. So I'm here to talk today about the nutrition aspect. So I'm going to get right to it and kind of give you some tools that will help you on this journey. Things that are not too rigid, things that are definitely doable, and things that you can do little by little as you go along. So getting right to it, first point is try eating every 3 to 5 hours, which can seem crazy. When I first tried doing this, I was like, what? But I noticed that especially on work days for me, because I start kind of back-to-back classes right around dinner time, I wouldn't have a chance to kind of give myself that time to get something to eat, and then I would get home and I would binge everything that was in the fridge, on the counter. I would just go after it. So once I started approaching things with this eating every 3 to 5 hours, I had a lot easier of a time kind of tuning in with what I would like to eat, how much I would like to eat, where my fullness is, and this has been an absolute key to any nutrition stuff I've been doing, period. So that is eating every 3 to 5 hours. 3 is ideal, and definitely no more than 5. So this involves a lot of snacks in my purse, in my backpack, in the diaper bag. There are now snacks for me as well. So whatever it takes to make sure you have something, even a little bit, is ideal. So the next thing is to make sure that you include all 3 macronutrients with each of these servings as much as you can. I mean, this is not perfect. This is definitely, here, let me rewind a bit. Macronutrients. Macronutrients are protein, carbs, and fat. So carbs and fat, major things that are encouraged to be avoided, but they are a necessity. They are your body's preferred way of creating energy. So yes, protein, not the preferred way. In fact, the last resort kind of way, but definitely proteins and fats are necessary in as much as you can in each of these meals. And then on top of that, trying to get 3 to 5 servings of fruits and vegetables every day as well. So some of these concepts might be a little bit difficult at first, so I definitely encourage you to start small with this. If you don't eat any vegetables in a day, and now I'm telling you, you should be eating up to 5, don't go straight for the 5. Try 1. Cut up some cucumbers, put a little salt and pepper on them. That's kind of what I like anyways. I was pretty renowned at one of my restaurant jobs for one of my snack meals, whatever you want to call it, was just cut up tomatoes, cut up cucumbers, and an egg, and a boiled egg that I brought to work with me. So definitely try to get that in as much as you can. And what we're just encouraging here is more of structure as opposed to rigidity, as in here is a kind of general outline. Do the best you can with it, but we're not cutting anything out. We're not getting rid of anything. We're just making sure that you've got a little bit of a plan, because I know before I got into the health and fitness industry, I had zero idea in terms of what to do nutritionally. And even now, I kind of go against the grain of what a lot of other people do. I do not believe that we should be cutting anything out. And this all goes back to intuitive eating, which I have been studying a lot, and it isn't for everyone. And you might look at it and be like, what? That makes no sense at all. But at some point. If it does, talk to me. Let me know. So moving on to the rest of the points I had. So making sure that your food choices are adequate and satisfactory. So we can't get to the point where we are obsessed with the fact that, okay, I don't feel hungry anymore, which was a diet approach that I took. As soon as I wasn't in like painful hunger, I would stop eating. And this was part of my disordered eating at one point. Really making sure you're satisfied. And this will take time as well, learning that fine line between satisfied and full. And it's not going to be perfect, but give it time. Trust me when I say that this is key. And all foods are in. So I'm talking about, a brownie would be the same as a piece of broccoli. Not nutritionally, but morally. If we get to the point where we can get rid of the idea that there are certain types of foods that are bad, then we don't want them as much anymore. True story. Getting past this idea that there are no such thing as bad foods is the part that is a little bit more difficult, especially in our diet culture. There's stuff being thrown at us constantly about bad food. Stay away from this, stay away from that. Also making sure that you have variety in your foods. So potentially having your little bowl of cucumbers, tomatoes, and an egg every single day for every single snack, not the way to go. Try to explore varieties of foods. Check out what's in season currently, because those are going to be the most flavorful. And then I've often heard people talking about eating the rainbow. So trying to get as many colors in terms of your fruits and vegetables in. And this goes for protein choices as well. For me, I tend to gravitate more towards the same fruits and vegetables, mostly because we have small kids at home that will only eat a certain amount of things. So apples, bananas, cucumbers, tomatoes, romaine lettuce, when it's okay to eat, which is not the current state. So we are not really eating salads. Well, cucumber, tomato salads right now. So yes, variety. And then finally, more is not necessarily better. So keep that in mind as well, especially when we're talking about supplementing with what am I trying to think of? Supplementing with vitamins and things like that. That's a big emphasis. So more is not necessarily better. Only eating vegetables always, all the time with nothing else, not necessarily better. So same thing with protein. At some point, your protein or your body just gets rid of the excess protein in your body. So this especially comes into play with things like protein shakes, things like that as well. So just a quick synopsis without all the filler. Making sure you eat every 3 hours, no more than 5 hours, including all 3 of your macronutrients, protein, carbs, and fat. 3 to 5 servings of vegetables a day. Start small. Start with 1 or 2, one more than whatever you're doing right now. Making sure that we make this structure, not rigidity. Making sure that your food choices are adequate and satisfactory. Lots of variety, flexibility in terms of all foods fit. There are no such thing as bad foods. You'll have to watch the rest of the video if you skip to the end for my little thing on that. Nutritionally, they are different. Morally, the idea is to get rid of that, and more is not necessarily better. So I hope you enjoyed this morning's episode of I Woke Up Like This. Please feel free to drop an emoji in the comments. Leave me a comment. Let me know what is your key takeaway from this. And let me know what you're going to start doing a little bit differently this week, just to ensure that you feel good. That's the goal, is just feeling good in your body, fueling it in ways that make you feel energized, and making that a priority. Energy and hydration are like the key in terms of how we should be, taking care of ourselves. And then the nutrition stuff goes on top of that. So once again, let me know what you think. If you got any topics that you'd like to hear me discuss about on a Monday morning at 7 a.m., feel free to let me know either by direct message or through the comments. And I hope to see you again soon. Have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. And I'm looking for the finish button, which I always lose on this thing. Have a great day. See you soon.